Hi guys, so today we are going to look at how fear removes us from the opportunity flow of the market. And fear essentially means unpleasant feeling triggered by perception of danger or threat. And see, what we need to understand is that our minds, mostly our emotional brain, usually anticipates all those environmental circumstances which it perceives as a threat, such that once the external environment expresses itself in a way that the emotional brain perceives as a threat to our body, then it's going to respond in certain ways. So because we have a nervous system which enables us to respond to stimuli generated from the external environment. So as traders, we know that the trading environment is inherently risky, and see, our minds don't perceive well uncertainties, because to it is a threat. And whenever the nervous system is stimulated, it usually produces stress hormones such as cortisol or adrenaline that help us to respond immediately to the threat, such that when you find yourself walking and then you come across something like a lion, the emotional brain will trigger the nervous system and adrenaline will be produced so that you can run fast, because the lion here is perceived as a threat. So let us look at what in the trading environment our emotional brain perceives as a threat. So the threats in trading exist as losing money or being wrong, or leaving money on the table. Yes, those are some of the threats inherent in trading. And you see, basically, because trading is inherently uncertain, so there's always that risk of losing money whenever you put in a trade. And you see, generally our brain doesn't perceive being wrong very well, such that whenever you find yourself in a losing trade, instead of doing the right thing and cutting the loss early, you end up forming expectations of that the market might reverse, and you end up taking a huge loss. And basically, in trading, what you are supposed mostly to look at is how your emotional brain hinders you from being successful. And the result of the threats which we have talked about previously are: you end up revenge trading, you end up over trading, you end up hesitation. And you see, all these effects are as a result of being fearful, because when you revenge trade, is that you perceive maybe the market was unfair to you, and you see that you can put in another trade to counter what the market has done to you, and maybe you end up incurring a larger loss, which maybe you could have waited for another trade to appear. And hesitation here means that maybe you are from a couple of losing trades, and you see, if you don't have a positive mindset, you will perceive it in a negative way, and this one may hinder you even from acting on future hedges. And at any time, you don't need to adopt a negative mindset, because it will remove you from the flow of the market. So how do we partake, or how do we solve fear associated with trading? We have to understand that trading is a probability game, and a probability game, there's always the risk of the trade either being a winner or a loser, such that should the last trade be a loser, doesn't mean that the next trade will be a winner or a loser, because we know that the probability of the trade being a winner or a loser is 50%, and this is the same mentality or mindset which you need to adopt, so that it can enable you to act on your edges without hesitation. So because we know that the outcome of every trade is unique, such that if the last trade was a loser, then there's a 50% chance that the next trade which you'll place might be a winner or a loser. So there's no need of fear, because you know that the probabilities are always on your side. What you need to do is that should an opportunity present itself, you shouldn't gather any evidence or allow your beliefs to cloud your judgment. What you need to do is to place your trade and let the market decide if the viability of your trade is positive or negative. And this one has to do with learning how to accept the risk. And risk is that when you place a trade, you don't have any expectation of what the market should do to you, such that you accept that you have placed a trade, and the only thing which you can do is to monitor what the market is doing at that time, so that you maximize your profit and cut your losses short. And you see, accepting the risk here is one vital principle or attitude that a trader has to adopt, because if you don't accept the risk, then coming out of losing trades is going to be inherently hard, because no one wants to be proved wronged. But when you accept the risk, it means that it won't trigger any emotional discomfort to you, so that at any time you'll be doing exactly what is best for you. And when you overcome fear, you'll develop a mindset that is required for trading, because see, professional traders and typical traders, what distinguishes them is the mindset which they bring to trading. Even them, they had to endure losses, and what they came to understand is that once you adopt a positive mindset, then you'll be on the road to success. And you see, fear is what removes traders from opportunities, from the opportunities the market present to the trader, such that the trader goes on to select trades or pick those trades which he thinks the possibility of becoming a winner is magnified, highly magnified. But what he doesn't understand is that all outcomes are uncertain, because there are different traders participating at that moment, such that the outcome of every future event is never known. So instead of picking or selecting trades, the trader must trade every event that conforms to what he perceives as an opportunity, so that those that work and those that doesn't will form his probabilities. And that's the secret to success. Thanks, guys.